Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In this video, we will learn about the AddEventListener method. So this is the modern approach. So we have already seen about the inline event listener and also the inline property listener. Right now we are learning about the AddEventListener method. So this is the latest addition added into the DOM API events when it comes to event handlers and event listeners. It is the AddEventListener method. So when it comes to the event handlers and event listeners, so we need to learn about this AddEventListener method. And this is the latest addition that has been added in the DOM API events. The event listener watches for an event of an element. We do not assign any event directly on a property of the HTML element. Previously, for inline property elements or the inline event listener, we have assigned directly to the event to the property of an HTML element. But here we will not attach the property to an HTML element, but instead of that one, the event listener will be there. This method watches for an event of an element. Remember the other two approaches, inline event and the inline property listener, attaches a property to the element and the property just so happens to be the event listener. So this is what we have seen it in the previously. The two approaches, like even inline event listener and also inline property listener, we will attach a property. We will attach a property to the element. There is nothing but on-click property or on like that. For that property, we'll attach that one, and it happens to be so that one we have as an event listener. But in this method, so in this method means this type of approach, like AddEventListener method approach, this is not the case. Instead, we use the AddEventListener method. This event listener will listen or watch for an event being fired on the HTML element that we attach it to it. You may be asking me that is AddEventListener method available in the JavaScript? So is this AddEventListener method which we are trying to learn, is this method available in the JavaScript? The answer is no. It is not from JavaScript. It is from the DOM API. So this is one of the method made available by the DOM API. When writing code, there are a whole bunch of web APIs that we can use right out of the box. So when we are writing the JavaScript code, especially the JavaScript code, so there are a whole bunch of web APIs. So there will be a whole bunch of web APIs that will be available right out of the box in the browser. Some of the web APIs are Fetch API, History API, Storage, File System API. So these are some of the APIs which are available for the browser. So these all are separate system or kind of APIs that are running in the browser. And of course, one of these is the DOM API. So these type of web APIs, and inside this one of the concept is the DOM API. That one is made available by the browser. So, and this is the where AddEventListener method comes from. So from the DOM API method, this AddEventListener method comes. Why people confused DOM API as a part of the JavaScript is that web APIs mostly used with the JavaScript. As we have learned before that we don't have to strictly use the JavaScript to manipulate or access web. So we are learning since first onwards we are learning that. So the DOM API, we can use it in any other programming language also, but most of the times we will be using in the JavaScript, and that is the reason most of the developers or the people get confused that these DOM APIs and all the DOM methods which we are trying to use it are a part of the JavaScript. So that is the reason. How does this event handler works? The AddEventListener takes two mandatory parameters. Now we understood about this one. So normally the AddEventListener method is there, right? So it takes mandatorily two parameters. What are those parameters? The first parameter is the event. So the type of the event. So what is the type of the event? The event is the action we are watching out for. Normally, the AddEventListener, the method, it will watch us for an event for an element. So this event is the action we are watching out for. So like click event, a mouse over event, like this. These are all called as events. And the second parameter is the callback function. So this is one of the main important thing. So the second parameter is the callback function. The callback is just our event handler. So what we can say is this callback is nothing but our event handler. This callback function automatically takes the event as the parameter, and this parameter has a property called target. We'll see about these all so there are so many properties available in this one. So but this callback function automatically takes event as the parameter. Event means, so that is one of the type. So event as the parameter. And the target, nothing but element that find the event will automatically given to us in the callback function. So here the target means, so the element which we are trying to listen to the event automatically given to us in the callback function. In order to get that element, we need to add the add event listener method to some element. Okay, in order to get the target. So what is the target we are trying to add? So we need to add this add event listener method to some element. Okay, to which element we are trying to listen. So to that type of element, we need to add it. So this means the syntax will be like something like element dot add event listener of event comma callback. Here if you try to see element is nothing but the target, so which we are trying to tell. So to which target, which element you are trying to add event listener, so that one is called as an element. And the first parameter is the event, that is nothing but the type of event, whether it may be a click event, mouse over event, or any other event. So whatever the event may be. And last one is the callback. So this is our event handler. So when this event is watching, so when this event fires, this callback function will be executed automatically. You'll see about this callback function also. What is this callback function in the JavaScript and all those things. We'll try to see it. Here element is the target. So this is all about the what I can say. This is all about the add event listener. So this is a brief introduction what I want to give about the add event listener. But here we have seen one of the important concepts, that is nothing but callback. So in the next video, we will see what is this callback and how this callback is useful to us, and all those details we'll try to see it. So this is all about this event listener concept. So hope you understood about this add event listener method. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.